Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And this is a great one indeed. Decisive Campaigns Ardennes Offensive, and we're playing the Grand Campaign against the Allied AI. We are now right at the end of part one, not the first video, but part one of day one, so the morning turn of day one. And I want to go back through and just do what I would usually do if I was playing this game. And from kind of a high level, just make sure we've moved everything we want to. We've played all the cards we want to, which I think we certainly have. We want to build up a few PP here, political points. We can look at our cards. So let's just do that first. We're not going to need any of this right now. We want to build up those political points so later on, when we're in a little more trouble, than we are initially, we have them. Now, of course, replacements, we'll have to be thinking about that. Fuel and supply, we'll see after we turn this part one what our supply situation looks like. We'll go look at the supply tab. We'll also look at losses and whatnot, but when we turn the turn, we'll see what the Americans are up to. Also, the air, supply drops, paradrops, of course, we're not going to really need that on turn one. Minor depot, major depot, medium depot, so on and so forth. We'll get more on into that as we go on here, but let's get out of those cards and let's just kind of look down here, and I'm going to have it on the hex, but what I'm going to be looking at is action points here. So we have a sticker rung regiment down here. So these are kind of, the way this is structured, they're kind of the protectors of the corps, headquarters. But this is fixed. It's just fixed down here in the south. And I just want to make sure, there's nothing we want to move here at all. We have this fortress battalion that's down here. These are static. We can't move these. They had no action points at the start, and they have none now. And so we can't move these. They will unlock under certain circumstances that we'll go into as they unlock. We do have these pioneers could move a little bit more, so let's zoom in here and see why we haven't moved them. Um, I brought this across the bridge. So it actually came out of Rallingen here. We brought it across the bridge and down this way. Do we want to move any further? Well, if we went to move here, we could move it up here and kind of pin this American force. Now, this is in Dickweiler. Dickweiler. Sure. Okay, we're not going to move up next to that. No reason to take intercept fire if we don't have to. Maybe we'll do this a little more on the zoomed in. I just want to make sure we didn't leave anything to the back. If you've been watching these, I'm very worried about that. So I'm not gonna move it this time. Now this artillery is sitting in Steinem. I want to leave it here. I think just to make sure it doesn't get hit with anything. Just in case American air power comes into play here on the first turn. We do have this anti-tank group that we could move down the way, and I actually think I do want to do that. Let's move this out, and we'll stack it right here with the headquarters. We don't take any intercept fire, but I wanted to put it here. This is just in light forest. This is also light forest. We have the town there, planes. We've moved out down the road here, you can see, and we're working on surrounding these American troops. As a matter of fact, next time, if he's not going to retreat out of here, we're going to totally try to surround it and isolate that. Now, if we look to the back there, I'll zoom back out. um, this unit, no action points, can't move. It is also attached. Everything in 53rd Corps is pretty much stuck in place for now, anyway. Can't move any further there. Nothing left there. This is 80th Corps. We've got him in town. Verschweiler. Sure. Okay. These guys have moved now. We got an anti-tank group here. He is in a rural village. All right. Well, does that protect him as much as we would like? Probably not, really. I mean, we're susceptible to artillery or mortar fire there. I'd probably rather go back to Bollendorf, and so let's put him in Bollendorf. The anti-tank is not what we're hoping to move all the way down the road. I mean, we could get him to here if we really wanted to, but I think we're going to leave him right here. This unit's in the heavy forest. We have moved around the Americans, so we moved out of Bollendorf here. As I said in the previous video, I think we're going to be moving a lot of this north and setting up on the Sour River, looking for counterattacks, to defend against those. So anyway, what do we have back here? We have got this is the Penal Battalion that's attached to 85th Corps. Okay. We've got another Sickerung regiment and another one back here. 7th Army, we moved up here with the Panzerjäger. It's got the anti-aircraft right next to it. We've also got the Corps down here, the 80th, with these engineers. And we could move these engineers, get them moving. Now, there are some bridges that have been blown along here. Um, where might we want to take these engineers? They're directly attached to 7th Army, okay? And so, 7th Army's right there. So why don't we bring them kind of up the road here? We don't really have anything, along this way. I'm not really concerned about the Americans crossing the river so much, but we may as well bring them along the road here and put them in that fortification. So we'll do that. They're sitting in town, that first Schweiler, that's the 80th. We've got the Sickerung. Okay, that all looks fine. I've already checked the top part of the map for the most part. So once we get through these, but this is what I would do at the end of a turn. Is there anything left to fire? We're going to be a lot more discretionary with our artillery next time around. Now, this is the only really strong American unit we've met along the way. This is a mech force. I do have 2 battalions in here from the 986th Regiment sitting here. They're just on the plains. That's not the best place for them, I wouldn't think. Up against, that's also plains. What is this? Fields. Okay, plains or fields. Um, all right, we're going to stay there. That's Wallendorf. We could scoot him back into Wallendorf with the artillery because I'm afraid these guys may just get wrecked. Let's do that. Let's back him up one. And these guys we could actually back up a little bit too. And if this motorized or this mech unit wants to come down here on this road, I mean, I guess, okay, go ahead. We do have a brigade over here. Did I say brigade? Battalion over here. Um, okay. Nebelwerfers. Two. That all looks fine. That all looks good. We've moved out. We've fired. So I think we're ready to go. 7th Army, I even moved down. Let's make sure none of these guys have any action points left. We've still got these Nebels back here, but we fired almost all the artillery for the initial barrage out here, right? All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's go to the stats very quickly. Um, and let's just look at, you can see the total troops. We have 98,000. Now, we don't know what the Allies have just because we have fog of war. Casualties sustained, we've taken 294, not terrible. This is from the infantry class, right? Casualties inflicted, 1488. Let's do all. 1757 or casualties inflicted on the Americans, casualties sustained, we've taken 456 when you do all. If you do guns, you can see that. Heavy flak, infantry, and let's do this. Inflicted gun class, 44 American guns, tanks 2 that we know about. That we know about, right? Regime statistics, if we really want that. Um, Okay, I don't think there are any other cards I really wanted to play. Let's make sure there's nothing, down in these motorized or mech units that we want to move or that we haven't moved. We've got anti-air there. This is backed by 5th Panzer. I think it's fine to have that back here. Although, yeah, we'll just leave that alone. That's fine. Um, we could move out a little bit more here, but we've kind of got him pinned there. That all looks good. Okay, so I've got the AI speed on slow. And let's just make sure that's true. We want to show the AI moves. Okay, that's great. Auto combat, yes. Map, okay, we've got all of that. Units, NATO counters. I think when we picked it at the start, we can't now change it. I mean, we want it on slow because even though it's going to take a little bit longer, I think the AI, or I've been told anyway, the AI is much better. So let's go ahead and turn the turn and let's see what the Americans are up to. And we will pause this and allow the AI to have made all of its moves, and then we'll go through them one by one. All right. And I'm just one of those people. I don't care. I hope the AI can take as long as it wants, as long as it does a good job against us. That's all I care about. I can always walk, go make a sandwich, hang out. Now, it might not be best for live streaming, and so I'll say, I mean, if these do take too long, in the future, I may run them beforehand, and then we'll go back through them or something. We'll just see. We'll see how long, this takes, and if it does take too long, that's fine. We'll figure out a way to make it more exciting. I'm excited. Okay, the AI is playing. I'm going to pause that so the AI will keep doing its moves. We're just pausing the playback of it, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see all of the different moves, attacks, and whatever else, but it's not going to just start playing them everywhere. Uh, it'll wait until we hit play. So we'll just go through them one by one. I mean, there are going to be a massive number of these, right? On turn one. Oh, by the way, if I said brigade last time, or if I have said brigade in this series of videos, I meant battalion. It's 3 battalions make up a regiment. 3 battalions can also make up a brigade. The difference between a regiment and a brigade is a regiment generally it's going to be 3 or 2 infantry brigades and 1 artillery brigade. When it comes to a battalion, it can kind of be mix and match from within the division that makes up the brigade. So, 3 battalions makes a brigade, makes a regiment, but the brigades are maybe more mix and match from throughout the division or even other divisions for what you want. So I would say, the brigades are more kind of specialized. You need an anti-tank group. Well, you may, pick and choose some different companies from different of your battalions, right, to make up a brigade. But a regiment is kind of, the standard. Okay, I think we can go ahead and start playing through these. And so let's see turn or part one, 14th cavalry moves. Okay, let's see what's going to be the best way to see these as we play this back. 14th cavalry on the move. But where is 14th? Oh, now we can see it. It's right there. Okay. 14th Cavalry moving, retreating down that road. It continues to do so and continues to do so. We have seen it come into play here or there. Airstrike. Okay, we've been hit from the air. So the Americans are going to be active even with this poor weather. And we lose 1 Panzer IV and 1 Jagdpanzer here, which is a gun. So we lose 2 total, 1 tank though. So now we've really got to be careful. Now that we know they're going to use their air power, even in the poor weather, what we're going to have to do is make sure those tanks are in towns or at least villages uh, when the turn stops. Another airstrike. Okay, and that's going to happen here. We lose 10 SS troops and 4 half tracks. Okay. Bridge is blown. Where'd you blow the bridge? wish this was a little easier to see. Let's back that up. That was the airstrike. Now where's the bridge blown? Well, it's back here. I guess we can't see where that is. Or was it right there potentially? Okay, bridge. Yeah, it was right there. And now the unit gets out, or one of the units is going to start getting down the road. And that's, where we're going to use the engineers. Now we've got some here. This is down in the south on the Sour. We're going to get those engineers up here and try to repair that bridge. Fourth combat engineer moves. You can see here. Now we're intercepting fire against their artillery. We don't really do any damage there. 630th Towed Battalion moves. Okay. And you can see it moving down the road right there. That's the 630th Towed. Oh, he's really moving south. Now we've got an unknown unit on the move. So it does center over these. Sometimes it just takes a second to get your bearing straight. That unit just disappeared. 112th Regiment is moving down this road, the major road there. Okay, still moving, and now here comes another unit into view that's moving down the road. As he starts moving south, we had moved quite a bit of ways out here, right? And he didn't seem to have any defense this way, but well, he's bringing stuff now. So the 112th, now we have an unknown unit that's moving down the road. 109th Infantry is moving. 741st Tank Battalion. That's not a fifth. That's a 741st. Okay, intercept fire comes from us in that unit. So we did have two airstrikes early on, but you can see the Americans starting to fall back out of here, as they probably should. Unknown unit. Unknown unit. All right. We don't, we can see the counter, but we just haven't identified what it is. You can see this unit moving up the road, actually, so not dropping back. And then we have unknown unit there. 18th Cavalry Squadron is on the move, heading back, trying to get out of there. Yeah, he's trying to get out of this area. This is where we almost, started to look like we may get an encirclement of some sort. Okay, more Americans falling back. That's Artie. Now he's bringing more down this major road here. But in a lot of places, we've crossed the bridge now, and we can start trying to fly up these roads a little bit. Unknown unit moving back and out. We haven't seen much artillery fire. This is our intercept fire where we hit him. 81 millimeters. Didn't look like we did any damage. More intercept fire on 81 millimeters. And then we have an attack. So he's attacking us right here. We had sort of, this is right here where we almost have this envelopment. He's trying to attack out of it. Oh, this is where we had the grief. Remember, we put the grief card down. Those are Germans dressed up in American uniforms to sow discord. He tries to attack that with a decent number of troops. We lose nothing. Wow. Okay. He's a little discombobulated, maybe. 110th Infantry trying to get out of here. All right, again, just moving down the roads here. Not a lot of counterattacking, not a lot of artillery fire. We've certainly taken them by surprise, and you can see he's massing on this side of the river here. Interesting. Okay. I mean, we're across the river in a lot of places just north of there. He's rushing up here. Maybe we can get, a little envelopment going on there. Intercept fire, that's us doing the intercept fire. We don't show that the Americans lost anything. Now he hits us. Yes, he hits us with artillery fire here against these engineers, the pioneers. We lose nothing. And a little more artillery, and we still lose nothing. Now, those guys were in town. 12th Infantry, and then we put some intercept fire on the 12th Infantry. We don't know of any losses. More intercept fire on them. Now he's going to fire artillery back at us. We lose 10 troops here. One of the 37 millimeter flaks and one Opal Blitz. Okay, that's not a whole lot. and then more artillery fire. 10 of the Sicherung. Where is this? It's right here. Okay, so really in the south, he's putting up a little bit more. We lose a little flak here. I think that's our headquarters, quite frankly, that we brought down here to this town. We lose another 37 millimeter flak. Then we get more artillery fire in here on this group, and we lose 10 Volksgrenadiers. Now he's just moving. The 12th and the Toad are moving quite a bit. They're trying to get down here into the south. That's fine. I'd rather they soften up this whole area and move south. I'd be okay with that. Now, let's see. The 423rd Infantry Regiment moving up the roads. Okay, intercept fire, that's coming from us. So we have our intercept fire set on 33%, the default. So we will try to do it if it really makes sense, but we're not trying to do crazy intercept fire. The Hetzers there, not sure if we damaged anything. 81 millimeters, that was all intercept fire. There's some more on those. Okay, I'm just trying to kind of, gauge where he's trying to stack here. You can see, he's trying to put a lot of units in right here. We can come up this road and try to get around to him. He's trying to block the main road here, the main road there, the main road here. So you can see what the AI is up to. He's trying to block all of these main roads where he can. Smart. I mean, that's what he should be doing, right? Unknown unit moves. Okay. Artillery. See it moving back down the road. He's trying to get a lot of his artillery out of here. We hit him with some intercept fire here on this infantry. Okay, tank destroyer battalion. We hit that with intercept fire. Now he's moving some infantry, the 310th Regiment. We again hit this with intercept fire. We're firing our mortars. His engineers now moving either up to blow a bridge or just stand in the way. Second U.S. Ranger is out here. You can see it moving down the main road. So it looks like he's really going to stack on the red ribbons here of the main roads. And that's it. That's all the attacks. And so we'll play this forward, let it just play out here. Just make sure we didn't miss anything, and we can skip through here a little bit faster. Once you do it on the pause mode there, you do have to let it play out, but you can fast forward through it. There we go. That's the end of the American turn. And we now see where we stand. This game, God, I like this game. This is a lot of fun. We'll see how our supplies look. Make sure, I have been told that you really got to watch your fuel. That, running out of fuel is your biggest threat in some respects. Okay, round two conditions. I'll start calling these rounds instead of parts. Round two. Day type, it is now day. High noon, it is overcast just below zero. So we wouldn't know if it's high noon by the sun. We can't see it. It is overcast. But the Americans did run some air sorties there. We now have 52 victory points. We get an extra two for the Allied casualties. Okay, so we're doing what you would think is pretty well there. The total VP at this moment then is 54. So 52 occupied on the map, 54 total with the +2. We need 150 for a major victory. So we got a ways to go. We're going to get there though. Last round is January 1st. So we're going to call these rounds now. Cards received this turn. Air Recon, Grief Team, Repair Bridge, New Bridge, Falter Shots, OKW Reserve, and OKW Reserve. Let's press any key. And let's just go look up and down the map. And just click on any old hex here. You can still see the fog of war. We've picked up a little bit more information. But if we zoom in here a little bit, in the north, he's decided to really beef up this area. So a lot of this is dropped back from the north. Now, we had talked about maybe moving up this road, trying to, encircle him there, or moving up the main road and trying to encircle here. Now, I would say, that's not a huge amount of strength. He does have armor here. He's got a couple of cavalry units, but I think we can hopefully still maybe hook around here in the north. You can see he's really, tried to beef up this area right here. Uh, there's a river. double rivers here, but we've already gotten across the one in the north. The one in the south, he's trying to make that a little more difficult. Again, trying to get around him, try to do some encirclements if we can. You see, we've got a little truck situation there, um, traffic situation. Here, he's kind of bundled up right here. I definitely think we can maybe get around him there and maybe also these units and try to isolate these, get back here into the rear. As we move down, we start to get into the SS and some of our motorized units. Looks like he's a little caught sideways here. I think we can really get booking down this road, and maybe they're the units. Take them to VAMS. Or actually here and move straight north. Maybe we can get around a lot of American units. We'll try. Maybe. We'll see. Bolshevik Jagers down here, they're more of a pinning force. These units got out here nicely for us. What is this again? I can't remember which headquarters this is. It's not there. It's not there. Not there. Where is he? Back here, maybe? Yeah, there it is, the 18th. Okay, and then we've got the 66th Corps here in Sellerik. Okay, we're moving nicely there. Looks like we really got an opportunity to move out here with the 560th Volksgrenadier Division. So here in the center, things looking, not bad. Not bad. Did we unlock 2nd Panzer? Nope, they're still locked up. Waiting for the go signal. Same with Lair. But we can move out here with the 26. Folsom Jagers right here. Not meeting much resistance, certainly. And then it looks like we can get to the main road here and maybe take this north. I said I want to set up on the Sour River, as a defensive line. There is the Sour, right? We come down here to Edelbrook. We'll want to get, I think we get points for Edelbrook. We do. So we'll want to take that, but I don't think we're going to worry about Mersch. We'll try to take Echternach, and then we'll try to take Edelbrook, and that'll be kind of our southern line all along the river here defensively. That looks like the best place to set up to me. I don't know. You could probably go a little south of Edelbrook. Let's look here. There's Mersch. There's Edelbrook. So Mersch is worth points. Um, Oh, I don't know. I like that Sour River and trying to set up there. So I think that's probably what we'll do. Beaufort looks like it's kind of been abandoned. I guess we'll find out. And then you see here, this is also worth points here, Echternach. So we'll try to get down into Echternach. These guys all still 0 action points. They're all still static. Okay, let's see the big cards we could play and where we may want to play them. I'm going to back up even more and just kind of give a better feel. You can see where the bulge is forming here. We're going to try to not make it so big that we get caught out on it. But you got to move, you obviously got to move. Let's see our reports. Round 2 conditions. We already looked at that. Supply report. We got 51,622 of supply points out here, and we'll go look at our supply as we look at each unit. And, eventually we're going to have to build some more supply depots. Probably don't have to do that right now, but we'll see. Replacements report. We got 10 new SS infantry, 20 Volkssturm. We got 10 new Jagers, 2 captured trucks, make that 3 captured trucks, and they have been delivered to the highest headquarters level possible, and then they'll be distributed from there. Victory conditions report, we already read that. Fuel report, we got 40,000 supply points of fuel have arrived at the supply source. Okay, PP points, there you can see it. It's telling us what the next ones up are. We got 10 for Prum and we got 10 for Bitburg. We'll take it. AP reductions, all right, and this is where you can see when these units will activate. Okay, you can see up here, some of these fortress battalions, it'll be a while because the enemy will have to activate them. Some of the Volksgrenadier, this regiment, the 1129th, will not activate. It says until 1200 hours, okay, interesting. Does it tell you exactly which turn they activate? Now, a lot of these Sickerungs and whatnot, or if the enemy gets close enough. Here we go. 2nd Panzer Division. Activates if enemy within 1 hex. That's until 16th December at noon. Okay, well, that's now. So maybe once we go past this, would it activate next turn? Well, I certainly hope so. You can see it's the same with the lair. Do we get any other ones here? 1200 hours. I want to see if there's a different timestamp because this is just telling us, up till this time we lose 100, but does it tell us when it will actually activate? Yeah, I guess so. I guess it will. So these guys should activate next round, right? So in the afternoon, they should activate because this is just until 16th December 44 at 1200 hours. Well, that's now. When we go beyond that, it should activate because if you look up here at the Sikarung, that's until 7 January 45. So it is giving us a different time here, right? So all of these Sikarungs, they're really not going to move, right? This is December 31st, the Fortress Battalion. So, yep, we will get 2nd Panzer, and we will get, what's the other group that's stuck back here? The KGs here, yeah. So 2nd Panzer that will activate, I think, next round. So in the afternoon here of day one, when this goes to 1800 hours, hopefully we'll be able to move them out, but we really probably want them to rest during the nighttime for the most part. We will be moving things in the night, don't get me wrong. Cards, what do we have here? Combat units. OKW Reserve. 11th Panzer is among the few OKW Reserve, but you can deploy it. Wait a minute. A whole Panzer division? Well, shoot fire. We're going to want to save up for that. Ask Goering for more replacements. These are all just kind of, maybe we'll use them here eventually. We'll see. Faldersats, the battalions, do we really want these? I mean, we may. I mean, we may need a unit or two around here, but now you see down here the 25th Panzer Grenadier Division was depleted, but Brandenburger needs some Panzer. This doesn't sound like English, but Brandenburger needs some Panzer. Here at some point, I'm going to yell out, Dojo needs some Panzer. Okay, sure. Well, we're going to try to save up for these. Those are really powerful cards. Now, that does cost 130, but okay. Um, Right. I don't think we need any supply. We'll see as we go along here. But gosh, if we already need supply, that's a real problem. Of course, paradrops. Uh, right. We could do ground support, supply drop, air recon. I do think we will spend 3 for air recon and we'll spend 1 for the grief team. But we're going to decide as we move through here where we really need recon, where we really want it as we move forward. All right, so those are the big overall general cards. Again, we're going to save for this to get a whole new Panzer division, yes, but we will play the smaller recon type cards because we just need all the recon we can get. The grief team also gives you a little recon. It's only 1 point, so we'll probably spin those this time. Okay, well, let's go up here to the 89th, and we've got the one regiment back here, but it's those Sikarung regiments. They're just kind of your garrison, your reserve, your defense reserve back here. So we won't have to worry about those. Now we've got the artillery. Let's go down here and look. I just wanted to see, are we going to have any problems? Integrity. The current integrity is 37%. Well, that's not good. Reinforcements, we'll have to go look at that. Max readiness or their vigor is 98. Readiness is 98. So the readiness is good. They just don't have enough of what they need. Truck, artillery, infantry. I mean, they're just not a completely built out unit. Their morale is 53%. We want to keep a good eye on this because the Corps headquarters and I think divisional as well can really up our morale and it can up the morale of all of these guys underneath here. And so, um, of the division. So we're going to really want to take a look at that. The entrenchment, okay, 108. We don't know enough yet to know just how good that is, but we do know the longer we sit here, the better the entrenchment will be, and that's a good thing. Now this goes directly back to the division. So this is our big time artillery, our divisional artillery. They've got a good range. This is 8. Okay, that is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, right there. Now, what is this hex? It's just the fields. He is exposed. We're going to fire artillery immediately at this guy. And again, like I said, I'm going to get judicious with it here at some point. But when the Americans are just out in a field, we are going to fire the big guns at them. 10 veterans taken out, 1 M375 like that. So now we're on our way here in round 2. This is regimental artillery, the grenadier. It's part of the 1063rd. This is the 1063rd, and let's get him continuing to move on this road. Now, if we get by this unit, we can really go a ways, and really get back here behind the Americans. We do have the height advantage here. If we look at the hex stats, we are at a height level 2. The Americans are at a height level 1. So let's move here. We may take some intercept fire, and we do. Wow, that happened fast. Ambush out of AP. Okay, so we got ambush, but we lose nothing. Okay, well, that's fine. So there is an American unit there. We could not see them. I should have checked that hex, but okay. 59 recon, 54 hide. So there was no way for us to know that. We stepped into an ambush, but luckily we didn't lose the thing. This is the Fusiliers. This is the other part of the 1063rd. We may move it up here on this road and move the Fusiliers along with him. Again, these are going to be more blocking forces up here, kind of pinning forces, because we're trying to move more from the south. The regimental artillery is sitting in Schmidt. I don't really think there's a huge reason to move it up. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, that's heavy woods, heavy forest snow. This is fields. Let's fire again at this infantry with the regimental artillery and try to take out a little more if we can. We take out a truck. We take out a truck. All right. Well, that wasn't the greatest thing we've ever seen. Um, the Fusiliers are just sitting here in this field. Let's see. That's a height of 1. That's a height of 1. So let's drop him there. He does take some intercept fire. We lose 20 infantry and 10 Nocktruppen. Okay. 1063rd, we can move up here. This is heavy forest, so he's going to not be able to move far. Or we could try to move around. And I think that's what we're going to do here with this other part of the 1063rd. Let's look at the command. Okay, everybody's in command of the 89 in the 89th there. So let's move him down on the artillery, move him there, and then move him here. Now he takes intercept fire in the heavy force, but we lose nothing. All right, and so we've now kind of pinned these guys in here a little bit, and we can take the 1056, then maybe move out this way and really try to get around these guys. We've also got this regimental artillery here. Let's fire again down. Oh, I see. He's got cavalry and infantry down there. Let's see if we can do a little damage here. That's a strong unit. Okay, we take out one of the M3s. Okay. The 1056. Let's get this guy moving here. And let's move him one more to here. We probably take some intercept fire there. We lose nothing. All right. And we see he has got motorized infantry and armor. That is a strong unit. Look out. But now we've got a height advantage over him. I would like to get directly into town, but I don't think we can see enough there to do it. Unless, potentially, we play a recon card here. Does he have a recon card? He does. He's got 8 command points. We're not attacking anything this time. So let's play that recon card. Let's play and let's see if we, yeah, now we uncover this unit. And if we look down in the hex, we've got plenty to see. we're fine there. And we could maybe get down into this town. And I think that's what I want to do. Now, we may take some fire here, certainly. Um, Yeah, we do take intercept fire, but no hurt. And then let's go into town. Great. So now we're into Rollisbroik. Sure, it's a minor city one. We can't get anything else in there. Artillery's already moved. Now we do have more artillery back here, and we do have the divisional and the corps headquarters. And this corps only has the 89th Division. Let's look for another town to put these guys in, especially now he's still just in the light forest. Don't really want to attack there, but I like that we've pushed here and we've got a whole nother regiment that we can use to get up here. But you can see the Americans have really massed here. We'll probably get counterattacked there, so we probably want to get this regiment up there. Um, and we've got the divisional, or is this corps? Yeah, the corps artillery here. We've got these guys just in fields. Well, that's where we're going with the artillery then. Let's hit there, see what kind of damage we can do. We take out 20 veterans, 10 greens, two trucks. This is just the situation we want. We have them in a field here. They're exposed. We've got direct line of sight on them. This unit, this divisional or core, stop saying divisional. That's part of the core. It goes directly to the core. Uh, let's hit here into the fields with him. See if we can do a little more damage there. Yep, now we kind of rip them up a little bit with the core. 20 greens, 10 veterans, one truck, one greyhound. Okay, good work. So that artillery and then the Sickarungs, we've fired that artillery, and now we're in the 1055th. Okay, what all do we have here? We've got engineers, anti-tank, and we've got a infantry battalion. I mean, he's got a lot of strength here. I'll say that. Do we want to take this group and just move it up this way? Um, that I'm not sure of. Can we see into Simmer? Looks like we can. Interesting. So he's just kind of giving that up. Well, we'll definitely want to get into there. No doubts. Now, we really got to be careful about a counterattack. I mean, we don't have enough strength to hold him if he really wants to counterattack. Because of that, I do want to move the headquarters up. That's a field, the field. Just making sure I can't see a town here. That's Schmidt. This is fortification here. Is this a town? It is. Ruhrberg. Let's see if we move the divisional headquarters up here. Okay, now we've got all of this in command. The only thing that's missing of command is there, and the core can stay here. All right, I like that. I like that fine. Is he's in Hasenfeld? This is just in Fields. Okay, fine. So we've got the divisional up here. We've got Artie there. The regimental Artie, I want to hit into this field here where they're exposed. Try to soften that up a little bit. 10 veterans taken out there. Again, if they're going to be in a field early on here, especially, I'm going to take the shots. If, they're in a town, if they're otherwise in heavy forest, maybe not. This part of the 1056th, I think I'm going to keep there. And this part of the 1055th, I think I'll just move up one. He'll probably take some fire there. Nope, he does not. Now then, let's see what an attack, just out of curiosity, how much strength he's bringing. It's a lot. It's a lot. So let's just cancel that. And if we start to get counterattacks here, that could almost work to our advantage if we're trying to slip here, right? So we're in Rollisbrook. We're in the heavy forest. Just in the fields there. I don't like that. I feel like we could take a problem there. Here we're also just in fields. Maybe I move and double stack here because he's got a lot of strength there. At least if he attacks this way, it's into the heavy forest. This is just fields. This unit can't move back at all. I wanted to move up this road, but I don't think that's possible. I'm going to double stack there. Can he get around me? Well, maybe, but this core headquarters, has some strength. I could even go into Schmidt with the core headquarters if I really wanted to. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm going to leave him here in town. I think we're fine there. I think we're fine. I don't think we're going to see a lot of counterattacks there, but he really has massed some strength here in the north right there. As we now move down into the 272nd, which points back at 67th Corps, I'm going to take a break for a second, grab a drink. I'll be right back. All right, back with you. So before we move on here, let's go back to the core officer, core headquarters, and see if there's anything we want to do here. We could, up the morale. Well, I don't think we're to that point yet. We could scrape together a unit. We already at the divisional level down here um, with Walter Bruns, who is not very good. We already played the recon card, right? So we uncovered this unit, and we also figured out there was nothing here in this town, Rollisbrook. It's a minor city, actually, one. Now, we may get counterattacked there, but even if we do, we're going to make them hurt a little bit because they got to attack us into an urban area. Well, at least, how urban is a minor city one? Gives us a defensive bonus. The other thing I wanted to look at was just our supply situation, right? So let's go to the unit here. This is part of the 1063rd Grenadier Regiment unit detail stats. Okay, see all that. The supply 28312. All right, good to know. Um, Replacement, we're looking for 80 new infantry to come in here. We got 0 in. All right, so they haven't sent us reinforcements yet. We're wanting 1 new mortar and 1 new Panzerschreck. The standing orders down here, you can see the retreat, the intercept fire, the supply, the replacement priority. We've got all of these on 100. I'm going to keep them that way for now. That's the default. But as we move on, maybe here in the north, we'll crank some of this back because they're not going to be the ones that are making the dash, right? So we'll see. We'll see about that. But I just wanted to, kind of look that over. You can also see down here in the unit, supply attack modifier, that's fine. Fuel attack modifier, that's fine. It's 100% in headquarters. But we really want to be looking at this supply attack and defend for the motorized units, the fuel, just to make sure, if we start getting short on that, we may need to play a card or we may need to set up a new depot, so on and so forth. So I did want to take a quick glance at that. All right, we're down into the 272nd. If we look back, we just have one of these Sickarungs. We've got our Artie here, but that is going to the core, 74th Corps, 74th Corps, 74th Corps. Okay, so this artillery is really attached, it's attached to the core, but this is the only division underneath that. Now, what is exposed out here? Let's go down the line here. We've got the cavalry squadron. They're just in the fields. They're just sitting out here in the field. Field snow for that infantry, field snow, and Kosternik. Okay, well, let's go here and maybe we try to hit this cavalry. It's exposed, and these are the bigger guns. They could actually do some damage to some harder units. So let's go ahead and try to hit this cavalry with this artillery. See if we knock anything out. We took out 2 M3 half tracks that have the 50 caliber on. Okay, I'll take that. That's, not terrible. Maybe should have gone after the infantry, but we've got regimental artillery to do that, or I would prefer to do it that way. Speaking of which, there's some regimental artillery that's still up in this division, the 89th. We're going to come down here to the 272nd. We've got our artillery sitting right back here. And let's go after, do we want to go after the engineers? Now, we don't want to shoot into town. Let's go after this infantry right here. See what kind of damage we can do. And we take out 10 green troops, 4 trucks, 5 trucks, and an 81 millimeter mortar. Okay. Do we want to push here? Is there any attack we want to push? I don't think so. And I also want to keep these guys a little bit still just in case they try to push back through here somewhere. We can kind of adjust the line on that. Now, if we were going to attack anything, it would probably be the engineers, but as you can see there, 1-to-1 odds when they put it through the blender, 1353 1401. I mean, that's just not the kind of advantage where we're going to be trying to attack, certainly. Same deal down here. Would we want to take this attack even with three different battalions down here? 2 to 1. Not really. Not really. That's just not enough, I don't think. So let's keep looking for Artie. We've also got this Stug back here that is attached to the 67th Corps. So that's 74th. Okay. 67th, I think, is way down here. Pretty sure we went and put it in town. Not there. Here? Yeah, there it is. Okay. So this Stug can come up the road. I'm going to want to put him in a town if we can. That is in Vidal, but we'll probably move this up. Move the artillery. We don't really need to move the artillery up yet, but let's move the Corps headquarters up, and we'll put it into this town. The Stug then can come along the road. Is this a town? Yeah, it is. Hoppabrook. Now we're probably going to be moving these guys, so maybe we'll just leave the Stug alone here for a second. We have got the headquarters here. He's just in the fields, just in the fields. And then we've got Hopperbrook. So I think we'll move him around there. And let's find some infantry if we have some. Well, it doesn't really look like we have any. Um, these guys, 5734. So it looks like they've abandoned this town. Let's actually take this infantry, the Fusilier Battalion, move it here and put it in town. Okay, we'll take that. And then we could move, let's see, the anti-tank. Let's put that in town. And then let's also put the Panzerjägers in town. What's our stack there now? It's 114. That's perfectly fine. We don't want to shoot into town here. Cavalry, okay. We probably then want to cover this artillery with the headquarters. Let's go right there so it's not completely exposed. Let's take this artillery and fire. What is this? It's out in the fields. It's arty to arty, so it's just counter battery fire. Let's do that. He may fire back at us. We'll see. Oh, he did. We lost a 75 millimeter, but we took out a 105 millimeter howitzer, a two bazooka, and a three truck. Look, if you can fire at artillery, do it. Um, we get the better of that. I mean, we lost one, but now we know that's Artie. Let's hit that again. This is the divisional Artie. Let's try to just really take him out there. Yeah, we hit that hard, and you can see I mean, we didn't lose a thing. He lost 14 trucks, 10 rear area, 2 trucks, 4 bazookas, 4 57 millimeter ATs. If you see them in the fields, any artillery like this, hit it and hit it as much as you can. We've also got some arty back here that we'll try to hit next time. So I've scooted this around so that the headquarters is protecting this artillery. We moved into this town. Was that actually worth points? No. Rocken and Eupen are worth points. There's Rotkin. It's all the way up here. Like I said, that strategic map is awful small, and you'll think, oh, it's probably just right here. No, it's a little ways away. So we've moved up in there. I like that. Let's go back. This artillery, we've still got the Stug. Oh, that's right. We need to move the Stug up. I said I wanted to put it in a town somewhere. Let's put it in this town for now, even though he's going to come down here. You can see his core insignia is down here in the 67th. So we're going to move him down here eventually. Still got a 9 there. Again, let's look at the attack. Oh, yeah, it's the 3 battalions. We only get 2 to 1. I'm just not that willing to get crazy here. What about an attack here? Well, what do we get there? 1 to 1. Don't love it. He's kind of choked this off a little bit, but that's fine. We've got this infantry in the way. We've also got an anti-tank here, which is good because there are tank troops. Then we have the divisional pioneers here, and they can get moving up the road. And I think that's what we want to do and just try to scoot this way. We could also use this, did we already use the recon? I don't. Did I? Well, I guess we can find out. Let's go to the officer. We have not. So I don't think we're really going to attack this time. So let's put the recon on this pioneer unit, play the card. I'm not going to fly any of the recon missions here. I'm more curious what's going on in the center. We've got cavalry there. Let's move forward. We do take intercept fire, but we lose nothing to the M7 priests. We could keep going here, but I don't want him to get isolated. So I think we may leave it there because we've got this infantry from the next division down that can also move out here. We still have artillery to fire. Um, Can we get up here to this arty? No. Is there any other arty we see? Not really. These are all hard targets. I think I will move him into town. So let's do that first, and then let's, I guess, fire on this cavalry unit. We did take out a truck. Okay, 50 milligram or 50 milligram, 50 caliber machine gun truck. We took that out. We've moved all this. The core's back here in town, correct? Yeah, Eicherscheid. We still have this core artillery. Well, let's try to take out the rest of this artillery here. See if we can completely destroy it. I mean, we're getting close. We've really knocked out a lot there. That's almost not a functioning unit anymore. We're in these towns. We've moved this out. Not sure if I love that. I'm actually going to move him back into town and just try to protect here. He's got a lot of strength here. If he ganged up tanks on us, for instance, we may have a problem. These tank battalions. Well, that's a tank destroyer battalion. You see the M10, the M18. The more strength we have there, the better. I just don't want that to get away from us. We're on the main road. I like that. We can bring some more strength around here, but now we've got, this division looks like we can go a long ways. We'll see if that's true, but we're going to do that next time. So we've come a long way, baby. We turn the turn. Let's look at the north here. You can see what I'm trying to do. Turn the corner. Turn it, Maverick. That was me being goose in the back. Turn. Um, we're going to try to get up on this road, and I think we may try to shoot this division straight through here. This is also part of the 67th Corps, right? And so I think we may try to take this corps and move it north and just isolate all of this if we can. Now, obviously, the Americans are going to be bringing reinforcements. They get things in, but if we could take this corps and this corps, take Rotkin, and then we can start moving straight west uh, with a really nice movement there. That would be further in the north than I thought we were going to get. Now our main focus obviously is going to be on the motorized coming down here, but in some sense we have, I don't want to call them free divisions, but we have these divisions that'll be coming along behind the motorized. They can spread out a little bit more. So if we take this division this way, eventually this division could spread out a little bit and take up some of the territory that this vacates. But again, that's as we go forward. Until next time, this has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're enjoying these, please like the videos just so they pop to the top of people's search. Drop a comment, a like, subscribe to the channel. It's all free. So, if you don't mind, like these videos, I would appreciate it. This has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. I'll talk to you next time. Have a great one.